during the office, I declare bankruptcy, and he just takes the ring off and chucks it across the room, and I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? That's when I'm just like, this clearly didn't mean anything to her. This was just a means to an end.
A guy messaged me one time and said that his wife, every argument, she takes the ring off and throws it. What is that about? How does he handle that?
Oh my God, really?
Yes, right. He said every
Oh,
time his wife get mad, she takes the ring off and throws it. And I'm like,
oh.
you gotta fix that. You gotta stop that. That's bad behavior. Now, what is your thought on that? How would you handle that in that situation?
I, I think that's a red flag. If she's so comfortable with a quick draw, she's if she's that fast with it, that's a red flag. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like my ring, I gotta fucking like twist it off and like before I even chuck it. If she's
Yeah,
just
because it means something. When I saw that, that shows like it means something. You know, it's not about
yeah.
the ring. It's about what it represents. And if you taking it off and throwing it, it really like that hurt my mind when I read that. So yeah, you're married. How could he handle that with his wife chucking his ring every argument they have?
I mean, if my wife threw her ring at me one time, I'd just be like, okay, good to go. I take my ring off, and I would just, hold on, I'm sorry. I would sit on the table and be like, is this a game you want to play?
Whew.
Like I don't need to throw my shit across the table. I'll just put it on the table and slide it across the table and just be like, if that's what that means to you, because like for me, to me personally, um, that's a bond. That's a contract that I have entered intimately with one human being and only one human being. You know what I mean? Like this is something that only one person and I have together. Nobody else in this world has with me. So if it's so easy to come off and be chucked across the room like I don't mean shit, like we're fucking, like we're playing a hail mary, like we ain't fucking the Patriots out here fucking throwing fucking, we ain't yeeting shit across the table. Like personally, if I was that person, I'll be disrespected, especially if it comes off her hand that easily. Now,
Right.
even more so if she's using it as a means of intimidation.
That's a great point. Because it
You know
seems
what I'm
like
saying?
it's became an attack. It seems like,
Yeah.
and I love what Amador said. You got to nip that early, or she'll do it over and over and over. Because
Yeah.
ultimately, women only do to you what you allow. If you let her know that first time, hey, this is the game we're going to play. Because I'm not. This is not a way to get attention. This is not going to be a tactic you're going to use every time we argue.
I mean,
Um, mm,
in my heart, if my wife takes off her ring and she just takes it off and just puts it in front of me and slides it across the table, or he throws it across the room or throws it out, regardless, in my mind, she's done.
right.
There's no like we need to fix things. We need to, like what I expect out of my wife is an adult reaction. Like, hey, listen, I'm not happy. Tell me when you're not happy. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's going on. Tell me how I can fix it, or tell me where we can go to fix it. If we need to go to family counseling or marriage counseling, tell me.
Mm,
I'm more than willing to sit down and discuss these things. Like, if this marriage means something to me, if my family means something to me, if everything that I've built around us means something to me, like my wife is just as much part of my blueprint of the thing that I'm trying to build for my life as anything else. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that somebody just takes off their ring, just yeets it across the table like it ain't mean shit, like it's just like fucking like we just fucking playing beer pong, like then you're not in this to win it. You're just in it to like cause drama or to get a cause and reaction out of me. And I'm not here for that. I'm here to build something. If I'm in a relationship with you, I want to build something.
Well,
It
let me
needs
tell
to
you what he
last.
does. Let me tell you what he does and give you a little bit more information. When she throws it, I asked him, I said, well, what is your reaction to that? And he said, usually everything calms down and she'll cry, of course, at night. And he'll go find the ring and slide it back on her finger. And I'm like, that don't sit well with me. I think you're,
Mm.
yeah, that's
It
tell him,
sounds like
Mama,
it, sound,
break it down there.
it sounds like he's enabling her reaction or her behavior. And no disrespect to anyone, but it sounds like this motherfucker is in the military.
Yes, yes. How did you know? Oh, how do you know?
Somebody just watched that Purple Heart on Netflix.
Yeah,
But
man, don't be sliding the
yeah,
ring back on. You got to make her.
yeah,
She needs to understand that's not because
no,
if you make it, yeah, go ahead. Uh-huh.
yeah, no, no. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, you just seem you come off as desperate when you do that. When you slide, I mean, I don't want to say desperate because that is your wife. You
Yeah,
come off as the only one trying. It's like you're wanting it more than her, and you don't want that to be the case. You want her to want you just like you want her. So if she
yeah,
doesn't want this, then you need to find out what her feelings are with that. You can't
yeah,
slide it back on for her. That's
yeah. It's just
I was just told her, you don't believe in the simp culture. That's a simp move. I'll go ahead. If a woman throws your ring
I'll,
across the yard and you go find it, you digging in the weeds.
I'll be real, and once again, I'll nerd out. Like my simp is all 2D, but in regards to like real world shit,
Uh,
um, yeah, if my wife were to take off her ring and chuck it across the room, like it don't mean nothing, without even talking to me first, or like if she was like, "Hey, we need to talk. This is what's going on. This is what I feel. This is what's going on." Like if she skips all of these steps and all of these procedures, and then she just walks out of the room like it's like Michael Scott during The Office. I declare bankruptcy, and she just takes the ring off and chucks it across the room, and I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? That's what I'm just like. This clearly didn't mean anything to her. This was just a means to an end.